did you get the first notification about the fire?
Probably right after it happened. I would say around 4:30, maybe is when I got 4 o'clock or 4:30 is when I got notification of it. And obviously we had deputies that were already on patrol for that shift, and so the shift supervisor was Lieutenant Dean Pond, and so he really took charge right off the bat, and the guys that he had on shift, he had them positioned where we needed them the most. And so, but I just kind of want to go back to the people that some of the people that were upset, and our job is not to keep you from your home or to cause you any more inconvenience than anybody else is experiencing. That's not the point. The point is we want to, I know you want to save your home. We want to save all of them.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the position that we have. And that's why, we have to restrict traffic flows during emergencies like that. What really impressed me was how other communities came and helped. I mean, we had sheriff's deputies from Ellis County. We had sheriff's deputies from Dewey County. I'm sure there were others. I saw fire trucks from Elk City, Taloga.
Wow.
There was a lot of people that came and responded to help us, and that's what I love about Northwest Oklahoma.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like we're ready to help each other.
Yeah. So I would first off say I think the city and the county did a great job in working together and responding. So yesterday I was notified of some smoke, and so as soon as that notification came through, I drove out and saw where it was at, and then I went to the fire department, and then went to the city's police department for the command center.
Okay.
And we just kind of navigated from there. So at the Unified Command Center, we had a map of the city of Woodward. Troy White, District 1 Commissioner, and Donnie Thorne were also out in the field along with city management, and they were calling in and reporting. And the city was doing a great job of communicating the evacuation zones of the town, the response from not only our local county fire departments, but all the surrounding counties who came, strike teams to help, really saved a lot of property here in Woodward.
Yeah. So did you see the fire from your house?
I did, yes. So as soon as I was over on that side, I met my wife and kids and sent them to Sharon.
Yeah.
And then, but yes, the flames were going, and it was very close,
Yeah.
Well, I think our emergency services did an excellent job in the response. This is something that we planned for, but yet you never planned for this specific incident. They did a great job in responding, both our fire department, our police department. Anytime you got to evacuate, that's a challenge. To get people to understand why we're doing those, they don't understand the dangers completely. We lost no homes, which is a tremendous piece. We're still assessing damage. We'll know more as the day goes, as the forestry division really gets out and does their assessment. Really, as we prepare for today, asking the residents to be vigilant in what they're seeing. And anytime we're looking at areas, as of yesterday, if you feel unsafe in your home, go ahead and leave. It's more important that lives are protected, and we're always going to try to protect property. But really just being aware, paying attention to local news, our newspaper, and like I said, if they don't have the city app, they're welcome to get that app. We try to push notifications as we can.
It was, of course, at first chaotic. It was fast. This fire launched quickly, and it was right within 2 miles, about 1.5 miles roughly southwest of town. Worst case scenario, because the wind was coming out the southwest, so it was blowing right in. That area's got a lot of heavy cedar trees. Winds, and really the way the weather systems work, when we have approaching cold fronts, usually that's when we get winds like this, because before the front hits, the way all that works is the winds will pick up out of the southwest. Now, when the front hits, the winds shift west and then go northwest, which is a horrible situation for us. If you look at the other wildfires we've had, they kind of go, burn a big streak here, and then they'll have a big finger coming off, and that was the wind shift usually. So it burns it, and it's dangerous too, because we got to get firefighters out of the way, so we have to really watch the meteorological side and see when that wind shift is coming to get everybody out of the way.
Okay.
When you get winds like this, if you get in front of it, you're going to get burned. Yeah, it's actually the City of Woodward app.
Okay.
That is the absolute most important.
Okay.
We're pushing out messages on that regularly. We saw a lot of misinformation on social media last
Okay.
night.
Okay.
Locally, and then these national weather, so-called weather guys were pushing information. I saw some bad information come out this morning. I saw from yesterday. And I can tell when we start getting phone calls, they really pick up when the bad information is coming out. We recommend on social media, stick with official sources. The Woodward News is repeating what we put out or sharing that.
Yeah.
The City of Woodward app, turn on the alerts.
Okay.
Make sure they're on. At the bottom center, it says alerts, and you turn everything on for that.
Okay.
And that's a water line break, power outage, all the way up to an evacuation.
I actually was setting up on the patio and we saw a pool of smoke go up, and I walked around the edge of the property over there and could see the smoke. And it was no time when one of the Woodward police department representatives were out telling us we needed to evacuate. So, and I mean, we literally ran in as quickly as we could and gathered up some things and went out the front doors, and the smoke had already encompassed the entire parking lot. We could barely see. So it was on us so fast.
What was going through, like, what were the feelings that you were?
I was just so grateful to God that my clients had already left the building, that there wasn't a whole lot of people that we had to worry about evacuating, that we had just finished some meetings, and so I was grateful for that, and just worried about all those that were coming in.
We'd already sent a strike team to Beaver,
Okay.
and they had 3 within like 11 minutes of each other.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the height of our, deadfall, if you will, is pretty significant,
Okay.
and our grass growing is fairly significant. So that's been a big piece of this, and I mean, it was going out quite a little bit, like I said, it was like 11 minutes and everything. So people were scrambling.
It was fast.
It was very fast.
Yeah.
And the piece that a lot of people don't remember, or they don't understand it until you've been in it and fight it. Fire creates its own weather.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of these fires on the great big ones, like if you go north to Beaver, you will see that there's big thunderheads and everything else, because it creates cumulus clouds, because that's really hot air going up in a cool day. Oh, all the elements that you create a thunderstorm. And you might even have a little bit of an ash storm that rains down on it, because it creates its own, but also creates its own wind. Mm-hmm. So when you have already 40, 50 mile an hour winds, and it's creating its own winds, because as you know, heat rises and goes, and it's blowing out. So that's kind of the problems that we were fighting. So I know you've seen a lot of the, fire whorls that they had, and it was pretty impressive.
Yeah.